it's Rico under Foster White, Foster the Person X, Foster 23, really whatever you want, call me Dab, and welcome back to another YouTube video. But, guys, what a freaking fun video we're doing today. Sorry I've been gone for like 3 weeks, but I'm back. I want to keep you guys on your toes. You guys are probably thinking, oh, he's never coming back. The best 4 Souls YouTuber, it's like a news headline. Best 4 Souls YouTuber never comes back to YouTube. That's what everyone thinks. Wrong. Wrong. Today, we are doing arguably one of the most fun styles of YouTube videos, which is a tier list. A tier list of all 4 Souls items. This is including 4 Souls Plus, Base Game, plus Gold Box Edition. We're not going to be doing Eternal items, and we're going to be excluding Requiem, because that's going to be a whole nother video. Bunch of content is going to be coming out when that comes out. But, for now, we stick here. And before we get started, let me just get this out of the way. I'm not a genius, but I play the game, I would say, somewhat different than other people play the game, and so I might be ranking like Tech X in C tier. I'm not gonna do that, but that's I don't know actually. Who knows? Maybe my mind will switch once we get there. But that's what I'm trying to get at. Some things, and I'll have my reasonings for the kind of hot takes, but and we'll get to that when we get there. But just want to give that a preface. I'm not perfect, nor is anyone else, but yeah. All right, first things first on the realist, we're on tier maker right now, and our first item here is Dark Bum. Dark Bum is at the start of your turn roll. I would say Dark Bum is B. I'd say actually Dark Bum is C. I don't really take Dark Bum ever, unless I accidentally get it from the top, just because I don't really like a 1/3 chance that I take damage at the start of my turn. I can't. And then if the rewards were like gain 6 cents or gain 2 loot cards for the other two, I might even consider putting it in B. Like it's just not that good to me. Next up we have Dead Bird. When anyone rolls a 3, you may, or is it a 3? Yeah. When anyone rolls a 3, you may look at their hand and steal a loot card. First S tier of the day. And also, I'm considering S tiers like I had gotten a comment on my character tier list video, and you can check that out. I'll link it somewhere. But I had gotten a comment, someone was like, when I make tier lists, and I'm like, you just make tier lists? That's interesting. Not weird. Interesting though. He's like, when I make tier lists, when I do S tier, I consider that like above, like overpowered everything. And I don't. I'm considering S tier like if someone were to buy it off of the top, like as a random item, like your immediate reaction would be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like you're like, God damn it. Or if you see it in the shop, you're like, what a stupid item that thing is. Dumb item alert over there. I wouldn't get that one if I were you. I'm actually saying that because I want to get that item. Like you see it and you're like, holy fucking shit, it's Dead Bird, I'm getting that item. So yeah, I'm putting Dead Bird in S tier simply because it's literally pretty much anytime you roll a 3, it's a better version of Incubus. So that's really my thoughts on that. Next up we have Dead Cat. Dead Cat, also S tier. You're able to get pretty much 9 extra health. Not permanent, but I mean still incredible. Next up we have Dinner, also S tier. We're just getting a lot of S tiers in a row right now. I'm not putting everything as S tier, but Dinner is for sure, it's freaking up there. Dry Baby. Dry Baby, reduce all damage done to a player to 1. I have Dry Baby as A. I don't think it's S, just because I feel like, I would say most enemies deal 1 damage. And so it's like, meh. But that being said, meh is still A for Dry Baby. Eden's Blessing. Eden's Blessing is terrible. It is one of the, it's so bad. It's bad. Next up, this actually might be controversial to an extent. I think Empty Vessel is C. I understand, I get it. Like it's good, but it's just that you have to like meet the requirements that the item gives you. Like it's like you have to use all of your loot cards so you get an extra damage against one monster that gives you loot cards So then you have to do it, like use your loot cards again, and but then once you lose your loot cards again, you can gain extra damage. So when you fight another monster that gives you loot cards, you can just do it over again. It's like it makes no. I almost want to. I don't like it. Next up we have euthanasia. Euthanasia I think is A. I'm gonna put euthanasia in B. If you roll 2 times in a row the same number, it kills the monster. I'm gonna put it in B. I think that if you have Judas, or I was just playing a game last night where someone was the Forgotten, steamrolled us. If you have the means to like do dice manipulation, it could help. But besides that, it's just kind of like fine. Eye of Greed, I think this is. And Eye of Greed, I'm pretty sure is gonna be going in A. It's pretty much just half of Dark Judas, who is arguably the best character in the game. All right, next up we have Fanny Pack. Fanny Pack, I think, is C. Most items that make it so like if you get dealt damage, then something happens, it's like meh. Next up we have the Finger. I'm gonna put Finger at the very last spot of C. When anyone rolls a 2, you may steal an item and then give an item to the player, like pretty much switching an item. I've really never seen this been like played correctly, or played really. No one really remembers it. And I don't think it's that great. GB Bug, I think I'm just gonna put it in C. When anyone rolls a 1, destroy an item they... Oh, that's not what I thought GB Bug was. I was thinking that was Spider Mod. I'll put this at the top of C actually. So when anyone rolls a 1, you may replace an item they have with top of the treasure deck. I don't think it's terrible. I've seen that been played a few times and I think it's fine. Period. Goat Head, I'm gonna put end of B. At the end of your turn, discard any number of loot cards, gain that many number of loot cards. Kind of like Apollyon, but honestly a little better than the Void. I think honestly they did. I wish Edmund was watching. I wish that they changed Goat Head and Apollyon's Void and like the mechanics of both, because Apollyon's Void is you give all of your loot cards, gain all the loot cards. And I feel like that's kind of like not that great, especially if you have one really good item or a loot card. And then Goat Head is like, I feel like they should be switched, you know? Like I feel like the Eternal item should be the good one, and then the item should be like the meh. Anyways, next up we have a Theme. It's a shop style item. Force a player, or discard a loot card, force a player to discard 2. I'm gonna put that middle of A. But I mean, this was one of the ones I was like, oh, maybe it's a hot take. It's pretty good. It's pretty freaking great, actually, especially if someone's going for Soul of Gluttony. Boom, I'll discard my 1 cent, I'll discard my 2 cents, and now you have -4 loot cards. Okay, this one, we have Greed's Gullet. I think Greed's Gullet is like fine, but on the good side of fine. We'll put these in order at the end, but I'm gonna put it top of B for now. I've seen it be played a lot. So what Greed's Gullet is each time you die, gain 8 cents. And so if you have like a couple of trash tier items and you're just able to die, I mean, that's an easy way to get to Soul of Greed as well. Moving on, we have our second Guppy item, which is Guppy's Collar. I'm gonna put Guppy's Collar like A. Just A, I think. It's weird because I find often because Guppy's Collar has a bad synergy with curses. Like if you have curses and you want to die, and I see this literally all the time, if you have curses and you want to die and you try to die and then Guppy's Collar just brings you back to life, it's like, what the freaking heck, man? Our third Guppy item, which is Guppy's Eye. Guppy's Eye, I think, is super fun. Everyone always has a very hilarious reaction when someone gets Guppy's Eye, which is usually, and then everyone's like, oh, Guppy's Eye, okay, look at this. See, it's super fun, but I don't think it's that amazing, because I think you get to a point in the game where you're like obviously looking at players' cards are good, and being able to see players' cards are good, but once you've played enough of the game, like, you know the cards that could be in rotation. It's like counting cards in poker. Like, you know this guy might have a High Priestess, low chance he has 2 Butterbeans, stuff like that. I'm gonna put it at the very end of A. I would rather have I'll put a Theme actually at the very end of A. I don't think it's incredible. I think it's very fun though. All right, next up we have Guppy's Tail, our fourth Guppy item. At the start of your turn, loot one. At the end of your turn, discard one. I think that is bad. Straight up. I'm gonna put an end of B for now. I would rather have that than GB Bug as of right now, but I'd rather have everything in front of it before Guppy's Tail. Next up we have Lucky Foot. Lucky Foot is just straight not good. I'll put him like middle B or middle C. It's not that great. Chaos. Originally I didn't like Chaos. I didn't think it was that great. It is good. I think it's a fun item. I've been able to manipulate a crap ton with it recently, and I think I really underestimated it, so I'm gonna put it top of B for now. Very interesting. I think it's a very fun item. This one is the Habit. The Habit, each time you take damage, you can recharge an item. I'm gonna put that no, I would rather have that than a Theme. I mean, really any tappable Eternal item, like if you think about it, D6, Yum Heart, Bloodlust, like, and really anything benefits from tapping it again. My friend Kareem was like, you shouldn't, when making a tier list, don't think about what everyone else is gonna think of the tier list, just do what you would do. If someone else got the Habit, I wouldn't be like, oh no. But if I see Habit in the shop, I'm nearly always going for it. So I'm gonna put Habit towards the top. Next up, we have Head of the Keeper. Each time you deal damage to a monster, gain a cent. Each time you kill a monster or player, gain 2. Freaking one of my favorite items of all time. Very fun. This is like a combination of like fun and good, and I think this is fun and good. We're gonna put that near the top of A. Next up we have Forget Me Now. Tap, destroy. Everyone discards a soul card. I'd say that's top of B. It's a way to prolong the game, and that's just something, I feel like that's something that you kind of learn once you play 4 souls a lot, that like if someone's about to win 3 souls, you have 0 souls. I think it's a bad mindset to be like, oh, I'm not even gonna try, he's gonna win. Which I freaking see literally all the time with people that I play with. You just want to prolong the game. I've won the game as Eve before in one go when I had 0 souls. I ended the turn with 5 souls. Things can happen just like that. Literally just like that. So prolong the game as much as you can, and I think Forgive Me Now prolongs the game. Hourglass isn't good. I wish it was good because I love the like when someone rolls a blank items. But I don't think it's that good. I'm gonna put it at the end of C. Next up we have Ipecac. I think Ipecac is end of S tier. It's freaking great. Anything that's plus like damage or plus HP, it has to be up there. That being said, we have Lard next. I think we'll keep it at top of A. This was in my top underrated items list as either an honorable mention or the 5th. End of A. I think early game it's not good, period. End game it's literally, it can be the make or break item for you if you're close to the win, or even if you're not close to the win. Like for example, like just with the prolonging the game thing, if you have 1 soul, someone has 3 souls, you can look at the top of the deck top of the monster deck and be like, oh, you're not getting a soul when you go. Like easy. Next up we have the Magnet. It's very fun. And it is very funny as well. Near the top of B, Mama Haunt. Terrible. The worst thing of all time. Meat. Here, let's put the S tiers in order actually right now. All right, I put the S tiers in order right now. We have Dead Cat first, Meat, Dead Bird, Dinner, and then Ipecac. Next up we have the Bible. I've not been able to use the Bible that much. My friend Kareem has a freaking huge qualm with the Bible. He thinks that's overpowered just because it can kill mom and mother. It's never happened in game though, but he still gets upset over it. I'm gonna put him top of B. Blank card. Double the effect of any the next loot card you play. I think that people overrate it. I think it's at the very, it's like near middle of A. So next up we have Midas Touch. Anytime a monster is killed, gain 3 cents. That is top of A. It is fun. It like these two in combination, Keeper's Head or Head of Keeper and Midas Touch, super fun combination. All right, next up we have Mom's Box. I think this is top of C. Next up, we have also on top underrated items list, we have Mom's Coin Purse. Mom's Coin Purse is going to go at the end of C. It has to be in C. It's pretty much just Guppy. You're now Guppy, and you don't have to discard anything. Next up, we have, okay, see, this is interesting because I wonder if they're, if they nerfed it in, or maybe if I'm playing it wrong. Let me know if I'm playing this wrong. Mom's Eyeshadow. I mean, it has to be top of that. Like, you can literally make it that they just never fight a soul if a soul isn't on the board. I think it's a very BM item, but it's incredibly overpowered. If there's no souls on the board, you can literally just make it so someone never fights a soul. It's BM. I wish that it was a tappable instead of a passive item. I think that would make it a lot better and an item that I would want to actually get. But for now, it has to be top of S. It literally has to be top of S, unless I'm misunderstanding the item. Next up, we have the D20. D20, tap, destroy an item in play, replace it with the top. Super fun. I think it has a great synergy with like trinkets. If you get it and you have like a few trinkets, like 2 or 3 trinkets, tapping it to destroy the trinket so you get a real item, like, it's freaking great. Would I rather have the D20 or the map? I'd rather have the map. I'm gonna go top of B actually for now. Glass Cannon, destroy an item in play, then roll 1 to 6, or 1 to 5, you can keep it 6, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna put it end of B actually. All right, next up we have Mom's Knife, obviously also gonna be an S. Bum Friend? Yeah, I'd say it's nearly top of C. Really, C tier is like they're pretty much all bad, I would say, but they're just not like horrific. They all have uses. They're not just bad though. I have Mom's Purse, also on my underrated items list video. I'll put that wherever. That's also S, has to be. Again, you're pretty much Guppy, and Guppy is considered one of the best characters in the game. Next up we have Mom's Razor. When anyone rolls a 6, you may damage them for 1. I think early game Mom's Razor, it's a BM item. And BM, by the way, it stands for bad manners. Like, it's rude. It's kind of like Mom's Eyeshadow, very BM item. It's like, yeah, you can win the game, but at what cost? The cost is that you're a shitty person, by the way. Early game, it's not that good because it's like, why would you kill people? Period. Early game, there's no use for it. You'll just make enemies. But late game, even though it's BM, if you have it, you better fucking use it. And if you don't, you're an idiot. It has to be an A. It's so good for late game. It's great for late game. Monstrous Tooth. This is a hot-ish take. I'm gonna put him in horrible/meme. I think that it's too zany. If it said replace an item with the top of the deck, like if it was a D20 but it was a passive instead, I think that would be a much more fun style item. But because it's just destroy, it's not fun for anyone. You kind of feel shitty about doing it. Next up we have PhD, add or subtract 1 from a non-dice roll, middle C. I've actually come around to Compost. Next up we have Compost. I've came around to it. Somewhat a version of Eve though, and Eve is pretty good, arguably. The end of A. Next up we have one of the, again, like, what are you doing? Why is this even in the game? Polaroid, when you have 0 loot cards at the end of your turn, loot 2. Polydactyly, you may play an additional loot card and then the first whatever of your turn, first attack roll of your turn, gain a damage. This was in my underrated items list as well. I think it's fine. I'm gonna put it near the top of, I'm gonna put him at the top of B. Okay, this is the one that I'm like what the, who the fuck? I see people always being like, you didn't get Polyphemus, you freaking idiot head. You didn't get Polyphemus and it was on the board. I'm like, yeah, you're lit. It's me. I'm not thinking about you motherfuckers. I'm thinking about me, how I play the game. I would rather have Mom's Box over Polyphemus. I can't see myself liking I just don't like it. -1 to all attack rolls is just so bad. I can't get my head around it. It's just, I will never get it on purpose unless I have the ability to manipulate dice. So next up we have restock. At the start of your turn, you can dust any shop items and replace them. I don't think it's that great. I'm gonna put him at near the top of C. Little mushroom? It's not little mushroom. Like, what is it? Blue mushroom? Subtract 2 to any dice roll. I think it's a BM item, but you have to do what you have to do. And I think that is actually gonna be near the top of A. Relic. When anyone rolls a 1, loot 1. I think that's gonna be near the top of B. Rubber cement. Rubber cement. And it is amazing. It's a 50-50 shot of you still hitting the enemy if you miss an attack roll. It's so close to S. It's so close to S for me. I'm taking rubber cement over everything in A. Easily. Heartbeat decision. Moving on, we have host hat. Prevent 1 damage to you and then deal damage to someone else. I think it's pretty much a soul heart, a tappable soul heart. I'll put it at the top of A as well. Okay, next up we have my shadow, or maybe the shadow or shadow. I actually don't ever get it, but that's a mistake on me. My shadow is good. I have spider mod, which is the one I thought GB bug was. We're gonna put that at near the top of C. Next up, another just horrific item. So bad. All right, next up we have Steam Sale. Steam Sale, first S tier in a while. I'm gonna take Steam Sale over, I'll take Steam Sale over the purses. All right, next up we have Suicide King. Suicide King, similar level as Gullet of Greed, Greed's Gullet. I'm gonna put it right next to him actually. How many more items do we got? A fucking lot. Hero card, when anyone rolls a 4, that player must choose a loot card in their hand and give it to you. This one is very good as well. This is one of the better when anyone rolls a blank items. We're gonna put him near the end of B, or near the end of A. Still great. Really, again, it's passive. Passive, it'll just come to you as long as you remember that it's happening. There's options, I think, or more options. One of the two. I'm gonna put him last and C. A little BM of an item, but it's not that great. We have a tappable 3 cents. We'll actually put him at the top of B now thinking of it. Just a reusable, and it's not even just gain 3 cents, but it's you're gaining 3 cents while someone else loses 3 cents. So it's not that bad. Also, it's not gaining cents, but it's stealing cents. So it even though it's one card, but for instance, the magnet wouldn't trigger from it because it's whenever someone gains cents. And even though they are gaining cents, but the wording is that they're stealing cents. So you would still be stealing 3 cents out of it. Okay, next up we have even more options or something like that. Golden options, whatever it's called. I think that's also bad. Next up we have infamy. I would be lying to myself if I said he wasn't amazing. So he's going top of A. Is it better than Dry Baby? Yes, it is. Is it better than a reusable Soul Heart? Yeah, it is. It's not better than Rubber Cement though. Soy Milk, what did you expect from me? It's terrible. It's the worst, period. Okay, next up we have Ouija Board. Ouija Board, I think, is in combination with super fun and somewhat good. It's not great or good actually, but it is fine and it is super fun because you're able to do stuff. And doing stuff is great. I'm gonna put them in here. I'm actually gonna rearrange this a little bit now looking at it. Let's talk about chaos a little bit more. It's interesting because it's like how useful are these items over time? Chaos is incredibly useful in few circumstances. It is amazing in the times that it's amazing. Like if you have 10 loot cards in your hand, it's like, and you have chaos, it's like, well, I might as well have freaking soy milk. Like it's not, I'm never gonna use it and it's terrible. But when the opportunity arises for it, you're like at the very bottom and the person to your right has 10 loot cards and you get it, you're like, Butterbean. I think Butterbean is good. I don't think it's amazing. We'll put him at the second to top of B. Library card. I haven't actually gotten library card in a game yet. I actually saw the golden options box last game for the first time ever. Isn't that fucking insane? That's my favorite part. And that's also why I'm saving myself for Requiem. They added so much shit that, like, think about the amount. I've played this game for almost a year. Wow. I've played this game for almost a year now, and I played this game 24/7. Yesterday was the first time I got the freaking golden box. Crazy. And that's why I'm saving myself for Requiem, because it's like, I don't want to look at anything, because it's like, what if, like, from a year and a half from now, I get the Wall of Justice loot card? You know? What if that happens? Library card. Haven't got this in-game before. It is great. It's actually really good now thinking of it, because you're able to play 2 loot cards if you're not tapped on other people's turns. I wish I had some some times that I've played with it. Near the middle of A. I think it's pretty good actually. Crooked Penny. Crooked Penny is 50-50 shot that you gain, or someone gains double their sense or loses double. I think that I will never take it. Near the middle end of C, because really all you need is right there. Well, actually not Lucky Foot, but other side, PhD, and you have a better chance, 2/3 chance of doubling your sense, and a 2/3 chance of losing your sense depending on, or whoever's sense, depending on what you want to do with it, because of PhD. I still don't think it's too risky, and it's like, when are you gonna ever get the opportunity to get stuff like that? Anyways, moving on. Obviously Butterbean has to be S, just because it's so, I mean, you just gotta get it. No. Horrible meme, obviously, it's genuine. I would rather have Butterbean over Monstrous Tooth. I said it. Okay, now this is where things get a little interesting. We shall say. We have Lemon Mishap. Each time the attacking player rolls a 1 or 2, the monster is dealt damage. I think it's S tier. I genuinely think it's S tier. I honestly, because I think Lemon Mishap is actually a late game juggernaut. I think because it's a tappable, you're able to barter with other people. For like they would be like, oh, can you use this on my turn? I'll give you 4 cents, blah, blah, blah. And you're not able to do that with the 2+1 damage items. And I think that may give it the tiniest leg up. I think they're literally tied, but I think it's funny to piss people off, and I think they won't agree with Lemon Mishap being above, so that's why they're above. Plan C, and so for this, it's like, for Plan C, it's not a BM item, because you have to kill all active monsters, or all active players, and they can't really get mad at you for it, so you don't get any enemies out of it. I think it is near the top of S. It's incredible. It's really good. Spoonbender. Add 1 to a dice roll. I think it's gonna be at the end of S. It's pretty good. Period and Justice for All. Dad's Key, right? Dad's Key or The Key. Near the top of C for that. Okay, this is like, I'm like, am I crazy for Succubus? Isn't Succubus just insane? It's not a tappable. It's not a tappable item. Like, am I going crazy? Is it genuinely just so freaking good? I think it's end of S though, for sure. 2020, you're lying to yourself if you're not buying that in a heartbeat. I would actually put 2020 above Steam Sale. Ooh, yeah, I think so. I'm putting 2020 above Steam Sale. I'm gonna put Spoonbender above the plus attack ones as well. +1 attack, just because again, you're able to barter. And bartering can get you a lot in this game. It's a very unused tactic. We have the battery. Battery's super fun. I'm gonna put him like there. The curse, the black candle, just in the middle of B. I think it's fine. Book of Sin is, let's see. Well, it's roll to gain 1 cent, or no. Oh yeah, wow, 1 cent, that's pretty shitty actually. Okay, we're doing some rearranging right now actually. A Theme, you are top of B now. I think Book of Sin is above the map. Next up we have Boomerang, steal a loot card from a player at random. or at random from a player. I think that's top of A. Box, again, just like Chaos, it's situational, but the situation is that you're gonna win the game. Save up your cards until you get like just great loot cards, and try to play the entire thing and win the game with it. I'm taking the box over that. Just like Northern Lions pot play, the box play is real. I've had so many box plays for the win. Yeah, I'm putting him at, I wish I could put him near the top of S, but because it's situational based, I think, and it's, by the way, destroy, and you can play as many loot cards as you want that turn. I think that it has to be lower in S. It for sure is S, but I think it's lower in S. Chaos card, I'm gonna put in S for sure. Better than, I don't think it's better than the damage ones actually. So we're gonna keep it past the past the damage before the coin purses. Next up we have Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball I just think is bad. I would take that over this though. D4. I'm gonna put D4 middle to end of B. Next up, D100. I get it. It's not the best thing in the world. D100 has to be S. I can't say if someone gets D100, they pull D100. It's just like Guppy's eye. Everyone goes, whoa! I see D100 in the shop. If anyone sees D100 in the shop, everyone's like, that thing sucks. D100 is fucking fun, and it's pretty good. It's genuinely pretty good actually. We have Decoy, swap items, tap to swap items swap non-eternal items with a player. I think that's low A. Next up we have Diplopia. Diplopia is very fun. Uh-oh. Fun alert. I think it's situational, but the situation happens often. I think Diplopia is actually near the top of A. I would rather have Diplopia than Lard. I'd rather have it than... Would I rather have it than the battery? I actually don't think so. I really love the battery. This is for sure easily the most controversial take I've had so far. Distant Admiration. This is my holo, by the way. My holo item. Distant Admiration is bottom of A. Just kidding. I'm taking that over Succubus. I'm taking it over the box. I'm not taking it over the coin purses though. Flush is top of B. Synth Oil is obviously S tier. God's Head. Or Godhead. God's Head. God's Head. Also S tier, obviously. Do I take it over the Synth Oil and Meat? Ooh, no. I think Synth Oil and Meat are better. Alright, moving on, we have Guppy's Head. I'm gonna say that is middle A. I would take it over Head of Keeper. I would take it over Habit. Literally nearly exactly in the middle of A. Guppy's Paw. I feel like I'm going crazy. Guppy's Paw is not good, right? It's not good. It does nothing against enemies that deal a damage. I don't think it's an A. But I think that it is at the very top of B. All right, next up we have Krampus's Head. Krampus's Head is like a much worse version of, what is it called? Curse of the Tower. It's a 50-50 shot of dealing 1 damage to all monsters, but it's also a 50-50 shot that you get hit. That's on the level of Dark Bum type stuff. Last ditch effort. It's like a scenario where you're rolling against a monster and it's the attack roll that you die. Then in response to the roll, you roll for Krampus's Head. I don't think you really would ever do it besides that situation. 9 volt? Who am I think it's A. I think 9 volt's an A tier item. Next up we have Modeling Clay. Copy any non-eternal item in play and it is permanent. I think that is S tier. I think that's the very end of S tier. Mom's Bra. I'm saying Mom's Bra it's actually a lot higher than I thought. Near the middle end of A. I think this is just really bad. I'll put it at the end of C actually. Mom's Shovel. Mom's Shovel is for sure an S tier. It has to be above Chaos actually because someone would be losing a soul out of it. Wow, this is interesting actually. I think Mom's Shovel is in 3rd right now. Wow, because it's seriously just so good because it's like Jawbone where it's not that you're just gaining a soul, you're gaining a soul and someone's losing a soul. You're not just gaining 3 cents, you're gaining 3 cents while someone's losing 3 cents. And that's freaking amazing. That's literally so good. 3rd of all time right now. Next up we have Monster Manual. Monster Manual, near the top of A. I didn't realize how good Placenta was until recently. Gain 1 HP plus, or any damage you'd get on a roll of 4 is negated. Yeah, it's better than Dinner in S tier. Mr. Boom, it's a reusable bomb, reusable 1 damage. That is above Succubus in my opinion. In a heartbeat, that's what, again, one of the items where people get it and everyone's like, no. Okay, next up we have Mutant Spider. Who are we debating? I have it below Godhead, above 2020. Next up we have Mystery Sack. I don't think Mystery Sack's amazing, but it is fun. Lower middle B. Next up we have No! Cancel the effect of any active item. I'll have you end of A? Yeah. No. Yeah. I'll have you like there. Next up we have Pandora's Box. I think Pandora's Box is actually if I were to make an overrated items list, I think Pandora's Box is a little overrated. That being said, if you have any type of dice manipulation, it's actually great. It's just that because it's a destroy item, it's like you could get a cent out of it. Like that's so shitty. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them at the top of B for now. Forget Me Now is for sure way above. Maybe not actually, never mind. All right, so next up we have Placebos. Placebo is copy the active effect of any item in play. I think that is great. Near the very top of A. Skeleton Key. I don't think Skeleton Key is actually that good in the slightest. Near the very end of C. Put all the top cards of the deck, of all decks on the bottom. Please explain why this is here. It's fun. It's fun. So I'll put him at the top of horrible / meme, but I don't understand what the use for it could be. Rainbow Baby, fun for everyone, and it's arguably fine. So we will put him in A. Next up we have Missing Page. When anyone rolls a 5, you may force that player to re-roll it. I think that is S. I think that is SESSS. Obviously, you'll never do that for yourself unless you're fighting like Little Horn or something. But that pretty much makes it a 1. If someone's fighting a 50-50 boss, a 4+ boss, that pretty much makes it that it's now a 1/3 chance boss, middle top of S. But it is, I think it's actually very underrated. Somehow people misplay it. It's like the most obvious like good card. It's like Sacred Heart level good. But people just like somehow misplay it. It's really good, guys. The Razor, deal 1 damage to a player. Super BM item, but it's good. Right next to Mom's Razor. Red Candle. Every time you say a number, every time you roll that number, someone rolls that number, you can deal damage to a player or monster. I think it's top of A though. All right, next up we have the Boom. Vote for an item. You can destroy that item. I don't think it's good. I'll put it I'll put it second to top in horrible meme. It's very BM, not really that fun. And it brings democracy into it. Like, what the fuck? Sackhead is very good. It's like a worse version of Kane, but it's still really good. Yeah, I'm keeping him near the top of A. Penny Bag thing, that is near the end of C. The Shovel, put any discarded monster back on top of the monster deck. It does prolong the game to an extent. If someone knows there's a soul on top, you could put a non-soul monster on top so they can't do it. Actually, yeah, that's actually a good point myself. Thank you. I'm gonna put him near the top of B. I think this is called like Bright Fly or something like that. I thought that was a really bad item, but it's pretty much the same exact thing as Sackhead, so I have to put it next to it in A. It recharges every time you get hit, so I guess it actually is better than Sackhead. Okay, double the number of loot cards a player would draw until the end of turn. I thought that used to be very good, because I thought that like if you used a battery on it, you could like make it, instead of like you loot 2 at the start, you could like loot 4 at the start. But that's not how that works. You can't. It's not a multiplier for some dumb reason. I know it's overpowered, but I don't give a crap. Let me freaking have fun. Game. Edmund. Near the top of B. Yeah, I'll put it right after D20. Battery Baby or Battery Friend, Battery Bum. I'm gonna put you at the very end of C. I've never seen him used. It's interesting because towards the end of the game, you usually don't have a lot of sense, and it kind of seems like this is when it would be useful, is towards the end of the game. But you usually don't have a lot of sense because you want to be buying treasures. Yeah, I think he's gonna stay there. Actually, it's not that good. Shiny Rock, not that good. It is fun though. But you are above Mystery Sack, so congratulations. Next up we have Sacred Heart. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. Sacred Heart me in S tier. It's for sure, it's literally infamy, but like so much better. It makes it so 50-50 bosses are now 2/3 chance bosses. I actually don't think that it's above the dead bird though. Moving on, we have, okay, this is super fun. You just have to remember to do it. Telepathy for Dummies. Again, super fun. Just remember to do it. I'm gonna put you at the very top of A. I think it's just so good, so fun. Missing page 2? Oh, Contract from Below! Contract from Below. Okay, destroy 2 items, steal an item. It doesn't seem amazing because you have to destroy 2 items. Just get rid of your shitty trinkets, dude. I watch Survivor a lot, and it's like when someone makes a fucking insane play in Survivor, the audience, the jury, everyone's like, holy shit, that did not just happen. Same exact feeling when you use the Contract from Below. It's above you, it's above you, it's above you. Don't think it's above you though. The Wiz, fucking so bad. Horrible meme. Next up we have the Donation Machine. Give one of your players, or give another player an item, gains 8 cents. Near the top of B. Golden Razor, pretty much Bumbo, but worse. I'm gonna put you at the very end of A. We're going speed round, baby, speed round. Pay 10 cents for someone else's item. It's trash, it's freaking terrible. Yeah, we'll put you there. The Poop, super good. I'm gonna put you the last place in S tier. Poop is really good. The thing, you know what I'm talking about. It's not that good though. That's the thing. That's the whole situation. So we're gonna go the B. Is it gonna be B? So it's worse than Battery Bum. This though, I've gotten some nice plays with it. I think this could be an honorable mentions of the most underrated items list. The Smelter, I think it's called. Discard loot card, gain 3 cents. It's pretty good. Use it. Think about it. Use it. I've done something where I got 10 loot cards and then like for gluttony, and then like I did like 6 of my 1 cent and 2 cent cards and like nearly got greed from it. Better than Rainbow Baby. Okay, Tech X. Oh my gosh, I freaking forgot this one existed. Okay, Tech X. You know what I'm saying. Tech X is S tier. Where in S tier? Good question. We're gonna go above you, above you, above you. I'm gonna put it after Dead Cat just because I think when people think of Dead Cat versus when people think of Tech X, they have a bigger inkling to be like, okay, we have to go after Xfosty 23 because he has Tech X. Versus if someone has Dead Cat, for some reason I've noticed that people think of it more like, oh, lucky you, have fun. Versus again, when it's like Tech X, it's like so overpowered that people are mad at you and consider you an enemy. One Up, someone described to me the other day that it's not that good. Wrong. Not wrong, it's actually not that good. So actually you're right. I just don't like being wrong. Don't let my girlfriend hear that though. Here in A. Abaddon I don't like that much. I'm gonna put it at the end of A. I don't like it that much, I'm sorry. Obviously Baby Haunt, not good. Belly Button, it was in the underrated items list. Doesn't mean that it's good though. We'll put you there. Blue Map is also not good. I'm actually gonna put him near the end of C. Bob's Brain, you have a chance of hitting yourself a 1/3. I'm pretty sure 1/3. No. Thank you though, I appreciate you. We'll put you near the end of C. Trinity Shield, don't at me player. Trinity Shield is fucking S and it is so good. It has to be. I think it's above Godhead. Breakfast, you guys know the situation. Any HP upgrade, instant S tier. Brimstone, you get it. Brimstone is right here. Bumbo, I think Bumbo is very underrated. I hate it, and I still think it's underrated. If you get Bumbo as your first item, you're fucking screwed. Just try to kill yourself. Not in the game, in Minecraft. If you get it like late game, it's really good. It is above you, okay, we're right there. Cambium Conception, horrible / meme. It's really bad. I've literally never seen a payout. You need to have so many sources of things to keep you alive, and then it's like, how many items are you gonna destroy before you get 1 item for free? Dumb. You're dumb. If you say good, dummy. Unless you're my viewer, and then you're not dumb. You're actually really smart. And kind of pretty too. Champion belt. Champion belt is fun and good, and no, I don't think it's actually overrated. I'd say it's right there, near the middle of A. Battery Baby, there are so many instances that it's helpful, neck and neck with the battery. The cheese grater, or the grater maybe? Cheese grater? Your horrible meme. Next up we have the chest. People in the comments are gonna be like, oh, that's actually not how you play this item. You're wrong. It actually is. Originally, I thought this was not that good, but I thought it was super fun. Now I actually think it's not as fun because of this, but it's an S, by the way. If this item is destroyed, the person who owns it gains a soul, and it like becomes a soul. And I thought it like you had to either chaos card it, you had to use the devil on it, glass cannon it, and stuff like that. Not the case. When you die, when you discard an item when you die, it's considered destroying it. Look in the rule book. It's a thing. It's an instant soul. We're gonna put you right there. Yeah, it's above Godhead. It's an instant, it's a soul. You're pretty much 10 cents for a soul, bro. You're gonna not do 10 cents for a soul? You're dumb. Unless you're my viewer. Compass, not great. I'd say it's middle B, actually, now thinking about it. And who the fuck am I thinking that euthanasia is so low? And donation machine above euthanasia. Why didn't you guys say anything? I think euthanasia's there. Dang, euthanasia just made some motherfucking comeback, bro. Next up, we have Cursed Eye. One of, I'd say, a fan favorite. I think it's super fun because there's a 1/3 or 1/6 chance you won't die from it, because if you roll a 1, you just cancel. And a 1/6 chance that you win with it, because you'll add +3 to damage to whatever attack roll. I think it's right there. It's near, wow, it's so close to S. All right, next up we have my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it is freaking nearly there. Wow, look how much look how many, I just cannot wait for Requiem, guys. Jeez. Spoilers, this was #1 in the most underrated items list. Not only do I think it's underrated, I think it is straight good. It is so good, and I'm gonna explain it again, just like I did in that video. Even though I don't have any battery left, that's okay. We're blinking right now. We're blinking red on my battery. It's a 50-50 chance that if you take damage, you damage all players or you damage all monsters. Why it's so good is that you obviously want other players to die, because they're gonna have to lose an item, they're gonna have to lose a loot card and whatever. But the thing that makes it so good is people can't blame you for it, because it's not a you may do this, it's you have to do it. So they don't consider you a villain, and they don't gain up on you for that. And then the other side of it, even if you don't hit any players, you deal an extra damage to the monster. I don't think it's better than the coin versus though. Okay, moving on. We have another fan favorite of mine. It isn't good. Period. Right next to Spider Mod. I think it's above Spider Mod. I think it's a very fun item. Daddy Longlegs. Arguably it's better than Mr. Boom because you can't butterbean it. So I'm not thinking about it too much because I gotta just think fast. I think it's better than Mr. Boom. This one's terrible, obviously, put it right there. Dad's Lost Coin, is this you may? It says you may force a player to re-roll, or you may force a player to re-roll. Bartering, it's also will help you out. I'll put it there, I think it's really good. And then I think our last, or is that it? 1, 2, 3, that's it! That was the last one! We're done! Oh my gosh. Look at that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think 11. 11 by 3, 33, 4, 5, 6, 7. 37 S tier items. I'm not going to count the rest. I'll export this. I'll put it on screen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you think I'm an idiot for any of the stuff that I did that you didn't like, or some of the stuff that you were like, wow, really good take, xfosty23. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you guys want to see more content like this in the future. If you want to see any more types of tier lists, let me know. If you guys have any ideas, leave them in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a whoa great day. Thank you.